Alright, this is a reincarnation reading for Aries. This might not apply to everybody. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate, and we're gonna go from there. First off, we're gonna look at who were you in your past life. If this doesn't resonate, whatever. It'll only probably resonate for like 20% of my viewers, but it's a fun little game to play with your tarot cards if you have any. I have some really old cards, and these questions were in with it, so if you listen and follow along, you can use the same questions if you tarot read yourself or you have playing cards. I will go over the meanings of certain playing cards for like the major arcanas in a later video, or I might do that on Patreon. I'm still working on Patreon, by the way, so we'll do that on Patreon, I think. It just there's too much for me to do on the YouTube channel, so we'll do that later. Anyway, so who were you in a past life? We have the Emperor. The Emperor is actually your current position, okay? All these are going to have something to do with your past life. We have Cancer and Venus is what I'm getting in my little, brilliant mind of mine. So you might have had a profession in like either the hospitality arts of customer service, or like a wine taster, a counselor, a healer, a caregiver, a therapist, a midwife, something to that effect. And you were probably born in your, past life in either a June, at the end of June, around the 22nd of June, or on the 1st of July. Now, that's really specific, and like I said, only 20% of people will resonate with that. But yeah, if you've if you've ever had a friend that was born near June 22nd or July 1st, very like charismatic people, and they always want to be included in on group activities, be popular, things like that. They always want to have friends, which is cute. I think it's adorable. But yeah, there might be a few things that you've had in your own life that kind of mirrored certain situations in your past life, is what I'm getting. So there's probably a few things that like you didn't realize happened on a different cycle of life or reincarnation. So were you married in your past life? Yes, you were. They were very attractive. They had very light eyes, freckles. Um, they didn't have smooth skin, but they did have like, they had working hands. Let's put it to you that way. They probably like lived on a farm as well. But this person was very strategic in how they did random tasks or routine tasks. So they probably got things done very quickly in order to do something else. They're listed under a Scorpio sun. So, if you want to go see the reincarnation one with Scorpio, I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's similar in a lot of respects of like how they were in past lives too. Um, so let's see, because it's all on a cycle. All these can be cycled around, cycled around, cycled around. You just had to find out where the cycle goes. Were you happy in your past life? Yes, and it was air, swords, Libra, Aquarius, and a Gemini influence. These are air signs. So You might have had a friend or a sibling or parents that kind of had that um, position in their charts where they had a lot of air signs, where it was just very nice to talk to people that were very knowledgeable about certain things, or you can bounce ideas off of, or, were very open to advertise if you had like a business idea or something. Um, so, it's always good to have a Gemini or an Aquarius or a Libra around because they do kind of um, have that loyalty to their friends at times of like high need and stuff like that. So, all right. So, what kind of work did you do in your life? Like I said, it was probably hospitality, administration. There's also some legal work. I don't think that that was a job though. I think it was more of a there might have been some like legal need for like in your family. Um, there's also a healthcare provider, which I said in the first thing. Um, there was like a tourism aspect of your life. There was some acupuncture. There probably was like a spa that you worked at. Um, you might have also been a massage therapist yourself, or somebody in your family was. Um, and if you work on a farm, you need somebody that is kind of very skilled in that respect to relieve cramps and sores and things. So there's a Libra and Jupiter. You probably had a Libra and Jupiter. Libra and Jupiter is balancing everything in order to be successful. So um, yeah, Jupiter's expansion. So that's a very good placement for it too, a Libra and Jupiter. Um, so were you an honorable person? Um, that's a very heavy weighed question. And in your reading, it says, no, you weren't in a past life because you probably only dealt with certain classes of people. You didn't deal with like a full majority of people. You didn't deal with the public too often. You dealt with specialty clients, I think. Maybe more on the rich side. So there's no Mercury um, in your past life. It was in reverse. Usually in the reverse, it could have blocks. So you might have not had a say so in who your clients were. They just kind of came to you. It's kind of like when you own a wine vineyard, you kind of get like a bunch of like really like upscale people or people that are looking for a specific service from you. So not really, just everybody. You're not servicing everybody. You're servicing a select few. It probably like 10% of the population in your lifetime. So like it's not a big influence you made in the realm of people, but for the people that you did influence in your past life, it stands to reason. Okay, so what type of problems and challenges did you deal with in a past life? Um, you dealt with the possibility of no water. I feel like you were so out in kind of the country area. A lot of times, water and facilities that had water might have been very scarce to come by. Um, and there might have been some delay, but not often. I feel like if you needed water, you always had some other thing that would have sufficed as water. It wasn't like it was a hang up per se. Speaking of water, I need to take a drink. Um, but I feel like no water was a big problem a lot of times. I feel like you just had to call somebody and they would provide you with something. Um, so let's see. Were you a famous person in your past life? Yes, but only to a chosen few. It's kind of like the Venus energy I'm getting. So like honeymooners, weddings, probably uh, maybe bachelorette parties I'm getting, engagement parties, things like that. Because Venus is kind of like the marriage planet, kind of like goddess of love and stuff. So couples mostly. And it's the Taurus Libra energy, and that's a coupling. If you don't know what a coupling is, it's the pairing of people that are more into, like a foodie type of taste, or kind of upscaling. If you've ever had somebody in your life that's been a Taurus Libra, they get so wrapped up in it. It's kind of like the perfect quote marriage. But yeah, they get along really well because couples and things. But yeah, one's an air sign and one's an earth sign. So let's see. Was your health good during your past life? Yes, because you're around sensitivity areas. Sensitivity areas means it was either very hot where you were, or very abundant in like resources. Um, and it has the Aquarius Pisces energy. Usually that means that there was medicine available to you, or there was resources in order to like be natural healers, or kind of like the feel good type of instances. Feel good type of instances is that you're running on adrenaline, or endorphins. So it's that type of thing. Um, so how did you die? Um, you died a recluse, and taking um, an inward journey of peace, meditation, and time away from other people. So there's no Virgo here. Usually in your Pluto, that's like your regeneration planet. Um, it's better to have an Earth sign, because that means that you were buried in the Earth. With no Virgo, I don't think you had any other Earth sign there either. I think you might have been cremated and sprinkled somewhere, or on your farm or something. Um, if you owned a farm, I'm thinking vineyard, so you probably were cremated and sprinkled somewhere, or made into kind of like a monument. So it wouldn't technically be an earth like burial. It would be a air burial if you're made into another object, or you're sprinkled, because the signs have everything to do with how you passed. But yeah, with an air burial, that means that you didn't die in it like a crime of passion. A crime of passion would be like a fire sign. Um, fun stuff. And a water barrier burial would be kind of a concealment kind of thing. So I'm getting air. So I think you were cremated, sprinkled, and there was like an honor for you or something. Um, so did you have a soulmate in your past life? No, you did not. You married out of convenience. Um, so there's no Aries and Mars either. So, um, and I don't think you had a fire sign in Mars. You had probably an Earth sign in Mars. Earth signs in Mars, it takes them a long time to make a decision. Once they make a decision, like they stick with it. Like it might have taken a while to find out what you wanted, or to find the person that you wanted to be with, but it wasn't a soulmate. It was kind of either an arranged marriage, or it was kind of it was a marriage of convenience. So past things. Um, so Is your present loved one, did you know them in a past life? No, you didn't. If you're married to somebody new now, or you're seeing somebody, you haven't known this person before, because, cycles out. So there's a lot of people on Earth right now. So uh, your your soulmate would probably be miles, if not countries away from you. Because the 60-degree angle rule. So I don't feel like you've come in contact with anybody that was from your past cycle. I feel like you might have had similar energies around you, but I don't think they're the same type of alliances or people that have reincarnated with you. So there is no Cancer moon, so there's no feelings towards people. Um, are you linked to your parents of today from a past life of yours? Yes, it's a Cancer in Mercury. So your parents that you have now were your previous spouse's parents when you got married. So that's so weird, right? But the reincarnation, I think, is pretty funny on that one. By talking to these people, they liked you enough to, when they passed on from the the last life, they were like, yes, they wanted you as their baby child, whatever. Um, so you reincarnated to be their child. So that's pretty neat. People are like, what do you mean by reincarnated? The parents of whomever can pick who they want in their life before they are born. You pick your life before you're born. That's hands down. How it turns out is entirely up how the planet and the universe pick it out for you, the two. So the two together. But also the child, in the situation. The parents go into reincarnation first, the child comes in, and if they accept the terms of being somebody's child, then they come into the world as that person's child. Or they can split it if they want to be reincarnated in two different people, they can do that too. So, let's see. Uh, are any other of your members of your family passed on from your past life? See, any other people from other incarnations either? I say yes, because there's actually a description. There's somebody who doesn't have an air moon, so they don't have Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, but they might be thin. They might be an eloquent writer. They might write a lot. They might be an author, or they might have a way with words. They like to put things together for you or give you advice, basically. And that member of your family is the person who has reincarnated with you a total of 7 times. They're constantly a mentor to you in many lifetimes. They might not be family members in a lot of them, but in this lifetime they are. I feel like it took a lot of cycling through for them to be a part of your family, though. But yeah, I feel like the person that gives you the most advice or is always asking how you're doing is a person that's been in your life 7 cycles before. Okay? So every cycle that they're in, you and them have cycled through all 7 of those. Um, which is interesting. So what do you need to learn during your lifetime here on Earth? We have no Virgo sun. So there's going to be late success in what you're doing. You could have started a new job. You might kind of be going off on your own and trying to figure it out. But whatever the case is, you're going to have late success in life. You might not realize it, but you're going to get successful over probably something that you didn't even expect you'd be famous for. Um, there's going to be some acknowledgments about stuff that you've done, or a breakthrough, or a recovery that seems very um, one of a kind, maybe in the medical field or something. And also, there's going to be material stability to go with this. But it's going to be from a job that you resign from, that not one you get fired from, one you resign from. And I believe what's going to happen is you're going to probably give a letter of, that you're leaving the job or whatever. And it's going to make the paper. It's going to be like a weird learning area for you. But I think that you're going to be, kind of out there with, hey, it's been nice working here, blah blah blah. But and it gets you recognition for how you worded things, because it seems very wordy. I feel like it's gonna be a watery kind of letter, and I feel like it's gonna make the papers, or it's gonna make the news in some way. Um, so will you reincarnate after this present lifetime? No, you will not, because there is no Sagittarius and Mercury for you. So, um, without a fire sign, it means that, Earth is represented by fire, actually, so it's like creation. Um, but yeah, there's gonna be a lack of passion with parents that you would have had in your next cycle, okay? I feel like the potential partnership of these two people never really gets off the ground, and it kind of filters into like the friend zone before they realize that they're supposed to be together. Like, I feel like they lose the chance to have children, to recycle the your cycle of reincarnation. So it might take a couple cycles after. um how many cycles? 8 cycles before you come back into the world. Exciting. So 80 years into the future, we'll see a bunch of um, people from today just cycle in. That's pretty interesting. Um, I always love doing it. These are the weirdest readings ever, but they used to do these in like the 1920s when they wanted to talk to spirits with tarot cards and Ouija boards. So hopefully this helps you out in some way, shape, or form. And yeah, it's just a fun one. You don't have to take it seriously. It's really fun to think about, like recycling yourself into different points of view. I've watched a lot of like, you know, Japanese like movie series or TV series, and there's a few that talk about like reincarnation and different lives and things. Um, it's very interesting to think about, and it makes you really think about your attitude and your personality changing. So anyway, Pisces, well, Aries, I will see you in the next reading. And you used to be uh, I would assume that in your past life you would have been probably a water sign. You were probably a Pisces, which perfectly fine. Pisces always like to be kind of weird, probably eccentric, and also kind of hermits at times. So, yeah, you might have wanted to meditate a lot. So, if you meditate now, you probably feel more comfortable in that than you do anything else. But hopefully this helped. I'm gonna try to do something like this for Patreon, but I'm not sure if I should. Um, Anyway, I will see you in the next reading. Take care of yourself, take care of everybody, and I'll see you then, okay? Later.